Well, good morning. I just thought I'd just get you going and say good morning and welcome to Wellness Wednesday here at Overholt Art and Entertainment Studio. And I am your party artist. Today's not a party, but I'm partying with you here live at my studio. And if you want to know a little bit more about me, contact my website, kimoverholt.com. Yes, I do have a website, kimoverholt.com. And I just wanted to welcome everybody to Wellness Wednesday. Like I say, happy Wellness Wednesday. Today, I'm going to take focus today on the most important aspect of our life, and that's our well being. Now, in today's hustle and bustle world, it's kind of hard to kind of keep track of family obligations. And we often forget to prioritize our health and happiness at the same time. So this is today we are going to take a step take a step forward and a step back and remind ourselves that wellness matters. Okay? So wellness is not just the absence of illness, but it's also a state of complete physical, mental, and social uh, well-being, and it's all about feeling good about our bodies, our minds, even our spirits. And we want to live life to the fullest with energy, joy, and with purpose, because that's important too. So what can we do to prioritize our wellness? Well, I always say you start small, right? So, say you take time out for yourself, take a few deep breaths, maybe go for a short walk, practice maybe even some meditation if you know any offhand. I usually, when I do my magic tarot cards on Magic Tuesdays, that's usually my little bit of relaxation and the meditation for myself. Even having a nice, relaxing bath is good. Something that makes you feel joy and feel good about yourself, like warm feelings, good feelings. Remember, wellness is a journey, not a destination, just like life, okay? And it's okay to take it one step at a time, because sometimes you can't take it on all at once. You just got to do it in a slow and steady pace. So it's okay to take things one step at a time and be kind to ourselves, because we always need support. And if we can't support ourselves in those times, it's also good to have people that can celebrate the good things in you, and maybe contact you, uh, maybe being a way of supporting each other, kind of thing too. So that's always nice. So let's support each other in this journey and celebrate our successes, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem. They do mean a lot to not even just you, but to me as well. And I think what we should really be doing is making a commitment to ourselves. So let's do that. Let's make a commitment to ourselves today. Let's prioritize wellness, okay? Let's make it a part of our daily lives. Um, let's take care of ourselves for a change. Having being one of those people who loves to be able to help everybody else, there's days when you just got to take it a step back and take care of yourself, and that's important. And the life of a happy person is someone who is somebody who can balance everything very nicely together and live happy, healthy lives. Yeah. So that's my take on Wellness Wednesday, and I really I enjoy doing things like this for you, and helping you um, find what makes you work better for you. And what is that? There's a thing on my. Maybe it's just. Uh, oh, it's the lake coming. The lake is hitting me in the. Well, if it's going to hit me, I might as well hit it down here. Okay, going to hit me right in the forehead. Okay. Anyways, just wanted to say, if you have any questions about any kind of things that you want to see here on Wellness Wednesday, like if you want to see me show you how to do a little bit of meditation, we can do that. A little bit of self hypnosis is another thing, and it's funny because like right here is the door, and like I say, I can show you the door, but it's you that's got to walk through it and make it onto that journey that is more definitely yours than anyone else's, right? And I really enjoy being a part of what you do, and always being here if you need any extra help, especially art wise, because like again, art is one of those things that contributes to wellness, and art is one of those things that if you needed to express yourself, it's the best way to do it. And if you use your hands like I do, and I am a constant person who, yeah, I use my hands for everything, and even for even for seeing, sometimes I have to use my hands because you see things. I always say it's a very viscual kind of thing, where you can, when you paint, you sometimes have to touch the paint. It's just one of those things where you can make it real, but when you put your hands on it and make it yours, that's when you really feel it's real. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I just so welcome to Wellness Wednesday, and I know I'm 5 minutes into it, and I should get you started on some kind of different things to help you. So let me just give you some suggestions here. I wrote down some suggestions, and let's see what I'm just pulling it up onto my screen here. Okay, so here's some things that you can do for keeping yourself well. Okay, it's really simple. Physical wellness, say, take a 10-minute walk outside during your lunch break. Just get around. I like to do that on my breaks. I don't like to stay down in the basement of the one place I stay at, and in the back room. You don't want to, like, you know what you need? You need sunlight. You need to get out there because sun is very important to humanity. They don't realize that, but it is. Drink at least, if you can, drink water. Keep yourself hydrated is very important. Eat a balanced diet is always very important. And if you want to try the same diet that I'm doing carnivore right now, which includes no carbs, low sugar, and you can eat fat. Yeah, you can have bacon, you can have eggs, you can have butter, you can have meats of all kinds, and you can even do some like cold cuts and things like that. So I mean, there's no end to the richness of the stuff that you can eat. Even if you're not eating bread with it, it makes all the difference. If you can cut those little carbs out, it makes all the difference. And exercise, if you have an exercise regime that you'd like to get on. I've been exercising my brain for about the last year, but before that I was on the Wii, probably doing exercise and yoga, and I should get back into that. So but with doing this carnivore diet, I've been trying to see if I can go without doing exercise, just do my regular walk around, and like I say, I do exercise. I just don't do like, I'm not putting any priority on it, which usually sometimes would help if you are looking for wellness. Of course, having a routine does help. Yeah, and getting 7 hours of sleep is very important too. Now I'm these last couple nights I've been having a kink in my neck and not been sleeping well. I gotta admit, because of just because of this bothering me, and it just seems to want to be one of those things where if you can't get comfortable, you roll over, and all of a sudden you're awake again. It's like, oh my gosh, how does this happen, right? So that's the physical things that you can do. So at least get some sleep, balanced diet, take yourself a walk, drink, keep hydrated. For mental wellness, practice deep breathing. Like, it's very important to. I listen to my husband sleeping at night, and I can see where it comes to the point where you can breathe on your own. Like, you can breathe on your own. Of course you can. But when you take the time to actually physically inhale through your mouth and exhale through, sorry, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. You feel the coolness of the warm air going through your nose, and then the exhale of the air going through your mouth. It feels like nice and relaxing. Makes you feel like you're here. You know what I mean? Here. And okay, another thing to do for mental wellness is to take the time to sit down and maybe write down things that you're grateful for. Three examples would be good. The three things that you're examples of what you're grateful for. Another thing would be to take a break from social media for about an hour. Like if you find that you're on there way too much, give yourself a break and just kind of wander around, look around outside, get outside. Very much so, get outside. Vitamin D, sunshine is adamant. You got to do it. Read a chapter of a book. Read, always read. Write in a journal. And for emotional wellness, what I suggest is, if you don't have a friend, find a friend, call a family member, call a loved one, and talk to them for a little while. Practice self compassion and be kind to yourself, because sometimes that's one of the things that we forget. We are always so kind to everybody else, but when it comes to ourselves, sometimes we find ourselves neglecting that, and that's important. We got to take it down to giving us a few minutes of practicing mindfulness and presence, and write down the three things that you're proud of yourself for. And there's another thing to really think in mind, or keep in mind, I should say. All right. Social wellness is another thing that's very important. And because being inside is one thing, getting out and getting into the public, which I am constantly, my job is constantly working with the public, so I find I'm always talking to everybody seems to know me and says hi to me, and I appreciate that too. I appreciate the people that I bump into who stay at the Penn Center. I've become like a regular fixture. They see me coming, they say, "Hey Kim, how's it going? Hi Kim, how you doing?" And it feels good for me because I know that they have rapport with me and I have rapport with them too. Um, so, it's important to get out, meet a friend for lunch, have a coffee with somebody, join a club that helps you produce something that aligns with your interests. That would also something good. Volunteering is another good thing that's to keep in mind. If you ever wanted to do something, but they have enough people, but you want to just be in there, and that's what I'm thinking of doing. Especially because I love theater. I'd love to be a part of the theater and just help out and do stuff like that if they ever needed. The only unfortunate thing about the whole thing is I live too far away from any of them, like main theaters, or I would be there in a heartbeat. um, Another thing would be just connecting with loved ones and having conversations, just keeping the door open, keeping the door open, this door, this door open. Yeah, just keeping the door open for open conversations and things like that, because it's always good to get other people's opinions about things, especially when I do stuff like this. I like to know that I have family that'll say, I saw your show the other day, and maybe you shouldn't have done that. I'm like, oh well. Not that many people tell me that I shouldn't have done that, because they really, they can tell me, but I still, it's up to me to do whatever I choose, right? Because what comes down to it, my choice, right? Yeah, my place, my choice, and I appreciate that. So you know having boundaries, and the same thing is also very important too. So if you can keep yourself while in the midst of in the social, you're doing very well for yourself as well. So and like I say, Wellness Wednesday, encompasses everything that has to do with social well-being, mental well-being, um, mental well-being, all kinds of well-being, just to make you feel better about yourself, and that's the best part. So all right. And with that being said, it also helps to, if you want to practice anything. And that's why on Monday, I do Cartooning Monday. Tuesday is Magic Tuesday. I mean, if you have a certain magic trick you want me to try, I can do that too. There's a few different ones that I try, I do my best, but I'm no magician. I'm a magician's assistant. I know how it's done, but leave it to professionals to do the actual job. I'll just, yeah, you're doing that right. I know what you're doing. Yes, you got it. I'll be your like, whoo, I am your standby, like your whoo, I'm your crowd to cheer you on. Yeah. So the social, emotional, mental, physical, it all accumulates into being well with yourself. And that's the most part that you can probably do for anything. And especially when you add art to it, because art can make it fun and it can make you feel as though you're contributing to something in society as well when you do a little bit of art. And because a lot of other people get to see it and get to put their two cents in about it too. Stuff like that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate, that's why I go live, because I'm always looking, and I'm so grateful to be up to 55 people that have been following me now. This is wonderful. I appreciate all of you. I really do. And I hope that maybe one day I get to meet you and tell you how much I do appreciate it too. So that would be kind of fun. And what else can I tell you? Oh gosh, there's so much I want to give to you, but I know I have to kind of balance myself. Everything is of course a nice balance of everything. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of calmness, a little bit of anger, a little bit of happiness. It all comes, and you find that nice little medium in between where you'll usually find me going, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. In the meantime, what else can I tell you? Yeah, I have everything ready for my next event coming up, and I have a few other things that I got to get ready and get done. And in the meantime, I guess maybe I should give you my 15 minutes of fame right here and say thank you very much for tuning in. And tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, and oh, it's Entertainment Thursday. Yeah, I'll leave the ukulele till tomorrow because yeah, I know sometimes I whip it out every once in a while when I'm feeling like, yay, let's grab a ukulele. But I'll do it on my own spare time today. When I got a chance, I'll do that. And in the meantime, I hope you have a fantastic day. And oh, what can I say? Oh, yeah. You know what? Before I started, I was looking up stuff about Brad Pitt. Well, let me tell you some stuff that I do know. Okay, from what I was watching, I guess what the altercation. I guess so. Okay, so what it is that he fell in love with Angelina Jolie during Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and they both agree that that's when they both fell in love with each other during that whole kind of rabble rousing thing that they were doing with each other. And he tried to tell Jennifer that no, 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 it's not her. And Angelina Jolie said, I love coming to work just because I get to work with Brad Pitt. And maybe one thing kind of got a little suspicious, and her friends talked to their friends, and it's kind of like, well, there's something going on. And then, well, who knows? They fell in love, obviously. They got married. They had babies together. They have a relationship. So this means that, they do have something very, very in common with each other. Something very, very in common with each other. And it has to do, I think, you know what? Um, there's some things that I've noticed, like for example, like the tattoo thing. It's kind of an interesting thing how it I think he had a thing going on with her and tattooing and stuff like that. That's just a personal thing. I think they had some kind of interesting stuff going on between each other, and it's stuff on the Wellness Wednesday I wouldn't want to talk about, but on Entertainment Thursday I might talk about it a little bit more. But in the end, what I came away with is that he can be a very controlling kind of person. I kind of suspected it as much. So he wanted to get a some kind of agreement from her with the winery, and she kind of didn't, and gave up the winery for that other producer, and he's kind of pissed about it. And well, I could get that straight. I don't know. Um, and I guess the thing is that it always kind of reminds me of some kind of like Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton kind of thing, a kind of thing that will kind of like they have commitments to each other. I don't know if Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton had children together, but I'm sure they had a connection with each other that seemed to last long enough past the fact. So I mean, there was things going on up until the day he died, and I'm sure that kind of you know. But I can't really talk about Elizabeth Taylor because she had so many things going on in her life ever since. Well, again, here I go. I'm talking about celebrities, and I promised myself I wouldn't do that because, celebrities is Elizabeth Taylor. It gets me starting to think about James Dean again, and I'm like, I love James Dean. James Dean, I think, was like one of my ever since I was like 15, 14. No, even further back. I think probably even before, yeah, you know what, with the Fonz and with yeah, so when my dad was still alive, yeah, I had a thing for James Dean ever since I was say 8 years old. Okay, so there's the thing. I always loved that rebelness. I guess it's always been one of those things. And Elizabeth Taylor had a thing, I think, with James Dean, although they didn't really say anything because it was also said that maybe James Dean was gay. Then that was kind of the Sal Mineo thing, and it's like, okay, there's some wild stuff that goes on in Hollywood that they don't talk about, and it's always like, so it may seem like there's something normal going on, but brewing underneath is something maybe completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like it all looks rosy and pretty and stuff like that because that's the way that they want to make it, but underneath it all is something actually very quite sinister and evil, maybe? I guess we'll find out eventually in the future. We'll be like, yeah, it says that there was something going on. I knew it. But neither here nor there. The only two people that really tell you what really happened are Brad Pitt and Angelina. And they are not giving up anything to the public, that's for sure. And there's but the physical is there. You can just see it. You see it in interactions. You know what's going on. Yeah, nobody's stupid. Yeah. And yeah, I just love this kind of like stuff. It's like the stuff that kind of keeps me out of trouble, I guess. But yeah, not really. Because when I think back of all the Brad Pitt imposters that I had over the last, oh gosh, the last 4 years and stuff, just being, just having the calmness of not having any of them anymore. That is peace right there. You know what I mean? That is my peace. And I've like since that, like it's been, I just went cold turkey and I just kind of put all of it away from me, and it's been great. And I talk about it just because I'm healing myself, and that's we all go through Wellness Wednesday, and this is the way that I do it my own way too. So I might do a little bit of exercising as well, just to kind of like do like a punching bag kind of thing. Like KO is my name. KO is my game. Anyways, I talk about all kinds of different stuff when I'm on my channel, but I really want to just say thank you because, without you guys tuning in, but, mostly it's just me watching myself again. If it wasn't for me watching myself again, I would never have as many plays as I think I do. But with you guys out there, it makes me feel, you know what? When I was doing a paint night, I had to almost like 50 people, up to 55 people, and doing painting with me. And maybe that's what we should do. If there's one day that I can come in and do like a paint, maybe Wellness Wednesday, maybe on another Wellness Wednesday, I will do a painting. And if those of you want to come in on a Wellness Wednesday and do a painting with me, let me know. Let me know in the comments below because again, all these things matter to me. It makes a difference between what I do on my channel. If you want to see me doing a painting, or you want to kind of paint along that kind of thing, or you just want to sorry, excuse me, I need a drink, or just watch the process. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments below what you like about my channel, and I will do my best to maybe put more of the stuff that you do enjoy out there. And in the meantime, I want to say thank you, and thank you to Brad Pitt for having a good sense of humor. You know what? In this life, like that, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he said the same thing. You got to have a sense of humor because if you don't, man, Who knows, right? Jeez. Wow. Wow. That's all I got to say. And if Brad Pitt needs a little bit of wellness, he can come talk to me too, because maybe I can make him feel better about what I see in the situation. And maybe he can explain it a little bit better to me. Maybe Angelina can explain it a little bit better to me too. I'm up for any kind of conversation. So, hey, you want to talk to me? Talk to me. And not any imposters. I don't talk to imposters anymore. So, feels so good. Ah, I just feel so much happier. Right, Jean? So good not to have any of those devils walking around. All right. And in the meantime, I want to say, I really am going, peace out, brother, with a little bit added. And when it comes to me and Brad Pitt, it's like this. And this is me over here. I know, shut up, Kim. You and Brad Pitt, duh. It's so silly. Why? Why? Because I can.